So today is Sunday, April 12th. And Jim and I have discovered and decided together that since he's not getting any speech therapy or any physical therapy or any therapy because the insurance canceled it over a year or more ago, that he's going to develop do-it-yourself therapy. So today we came up with this great idea of doing a couple different things. Tongue exercises. I'm not a speech therapist, neither is Jim, but the tongue is a muscle, and Jim hasn't had any food or water by mouth. He's NPO. So his tongue hasn't been used. It's just been kind of hanging out there. So the tongue is really just used for speech and for swallowing. So we decided to just do tongue calisthenics, which Jim is now doing. Just don't laugh and bite your tongue. So just basic moving the tongue. The tongue is a muscle. And if it's not being used, and it's not because he's not getting anything by mouth, not even water, it just needs to be exercised and used. So in doing so, Jim has learned that his words come out more clearly using his tongue. So can you say no?
No.
Perfect. Perfect. Can you say yes? Take your time. Try again. Yes, that's it. Try again slowly. That's it. That's it. Just keep trying. Can you say I know? Very good. Very good. We found earlier that after he did a minute or two of the tongue exercises, he was able to say the word yes, and you could hear the S sound. One of the other little things that we came up with, very good, very good. One of the other things we came up with is humming. And in order to do that, he has to put his lips together, which is something he hasn't done in a very long time. And so humming requires taking, wonderful, wonderful. Humming requires taking a breath and sustaining sound. Wonderful, wonderful. That's the first time in a very long time that he's been able to put his lips together and hum. One of the people who have come back from locked-in syndrome, also called LIS, is a young man named Peter Cochran from Australia. And he had a wonderful video that he posted, and he was saying that his voice came back to him after he discovered that he would just scream and scream and scream wherever he was, and all of a sudden one day his voice was there. Wonderful. So obviously, because Jim is in a rehabilitation center, screaming really isn't a desirable thing. People would worry about him, but Jim is a singer. Notice I didn't say was a singer. Jim is a singer. Jim was with the band Triad back in the 70s, and his life and love is music. He's a singer and songwriter. So what we're going to try to do in our do-it-yourself therapy is by humming, that creates a vibration, and it's giving his brain the message and giving just this kind of vibrational healing to his tongue and his throat, and it is forcing him to take a deep breath of air And his lungs haven't been asked to do that. He's either in his bed, since he's totally immobile at this point, not only temporarily, and he's either in this bed or in his chair, so he doesn't really have to utilize his lungs. But by our do-it-yourself therapy, with using breath and humming and singing, even if there is not clear enunciation with the words, just the fact that he can take a breath and hold and sustain a tune is going to help him and give his body the message that he wants to. Beautiful. What a nice, strong sound. What a nice, strong sound from a man who's been silent way too long. We are all so proud of you. You are so brave. And who knows, do-it-yourself therapy might catch on. You could be the guru of do-it-yourself therapy. And we want to send a thank you to the other people who have come through LIS when doctors and everyone around them told them it wasn't possible. And there are more and more stories of these courageous people coming forward. There is a woman in Utah. Peter Cochran is in Australia. There are people all over the world that have this very rare situation called locked-in syndrome after a stroke. But as Henry Ford said, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. And Jim thinks he can and believes he can speak and sing and heal. We just finished listening to some amazing music that was pulled together by one of his wonderful advocates. And because of his musical background, the power of music in healing and therapy has become a proven science and is being used medically as complementary healing methods. And so we encourage Jim, when someone is able to put his headphones on for him, to just sing along and make sounds and do whatever he can to have his voice and to sustain his voice. So I want to thank Jim for letting us do this video to get his story out to all of the people out there. Maybe someone who's recently suffered a stroke and has locked-in syndrome, to all the people who believe in healing, who believe in miracles. And I have to say, there was a miracle while Jim had his headphones on. He had his headphones on, and I sneezed what I thought was very quietly. With no thought at all, he said, "Bless you," as clear as can be. So these things, this do-it-yourself therapy is working, and it's one step at a time. And when I walked in this morning, he looked at me and said, "Hello." He is surprising himself, and as you can see, he's just very overcome with the emotions that come along with realizing that he is doing things that he has not done in 4 years. And we're so, so proud. We're so, so proud. I was trying to work with him to give me a thumbs up with his thumb when he does something. So I'm just going to kind of go down here, see if he can give me a thumbs up. All right. That's a thumbs up. Good job. Great job. Great job. So if you can just take a breath for a minute, and we're going to sign off. And can you say bye? Take your time. Take your breath. Bye. Gee, can you say goodbye? I don't know. Let's see. Goodbye. Thanks. We'll sign on again soon. Thanks for supporting Jim and his progress, and thank you for all your support and love. We make sure that he gets all the messages from all of you who send it.